Starting off, we're in losers here. We've got Sharrrk from Pittsburgh, and against Hypercrasher, our very own.
Yep, longtime Smasher, was around during the Smash 4 era, and I believe even before that.
So this is definitely kind of a wonky matchup. We got Pac-Man versus Robin.
Yeah.
Both characters you don't see too often in this meta.
Yeah, definitely going to be a lot of interesting actions between the projectiles here.
Yeah, as you saw there, the Galaxian ship just like straight up beat Robin's Arc Thunder.
Yep.
And looks like the Thunder Tomes in general. So you're gonna have to like kind of watch out how you throw those out there if Pac-Man has an item ready.
Yeah, and the problem is both of these players want to just sit back and charge up their items, but I feel like Pac-Man's going to get a lot more off that charge.
Yeah, because like Pac-Man's is always going to be like a guarantee. Ooh, that was great. You see how much that extended?
I know.
Yeah, Pac-Man's is like always going to be a more guaranteed presence than Robin's are, and Robin's are even limited too.
Yep.
But like when you get those setups, I feel like Robin's are going to be more powerful when you actually do. Though the bell here, that's going to be a kill.
Yep, just throwing it down just to secure that stock there. And that's one of the challenging things. Like, once you leave Pac-Man alone with that bell, he's going to be able to throw it and use it as an item rather than a special move.
Right, yeah, and then that leaves him, like, he's got a few more options there.
Yep. I do like what Sharrrk did there with the Z-drop to aerial. Did a lot of shield pressure.
Yeah, ooh, wow, and the Hydrant actually helping him out there, too. Ooh, dash attack, that almost KO'd.
Yeah, doing a good job just keeping the stage control once Sharrrk gets it.
Ooh, that down smash. That lingers for so ridiculously long, and at that percent, even the sour spot's going to kill.
Yeah, so Hypercrasher going to have to be a little bit more careful the next time he tries to get off the ledge.
Yeah, getting off ledge against Robin could be a nightmare for certain characters.
Yeah, because, I mean, you could throw down that arc fire just to cover the standard get up and then just move back and cover the other options.
Yeah, and even if you stand there, sometimes you get clipped by it. It really depends on your character model.
The orange helping out there, stop the fire.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, getting caught by the Hydrant on the way down, so forced to go to ledge.
Oh, that's like quadruple kill right there.
And it looked like it almost sped up once it got through the Hydrant there because the water was coming out.
Yeah.
I swear, the reactions with the water are just so wonky for that Hydrant now. One of the things I still need to figure out, is there an active water box inside the Hydrant itself? Because I've seen some moves get pushed around by the Hydrant because of that.
Sure. I think it's just kind of like an entity that's like hard to pass through.
Maybe.
All right, yeah, nice using the forward air to kind of like, because Sharrrk was a little bit too close to the edge there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to like hit the Hydrant from a distance, so he doesn't have to commit to it. And wow, does manage to sneak in the forward air. Still at like about 80% here is Sharrrk, so only a few more hits and Pac-Man can look for a kill setup.
Yeah.
If not, just a raw kill move.
Yeah, but the problem is getting in against Robin can be difficult just because of the disjoints and the amount of projectiles that Robin has to work with.
Right, but thankfully Pac-Man doesn't really need to get in necessarily.
Just needs one ringer.
All right, so that's game one. This is going to be a best of 5, so I do know Sharrrk is actually a friend of mine. He does also have a Palutena.
Okay.
So we might be seeing that too. I don't know if that was like a little bit too. I know he's definitely considering it. I don't know if that was a little like too close or like how what his know like his level of like, okay, maybe I should switch to my secondary.
Yeah, I mean the Palutena would be a nice counter pick, not only for the reflector but the explosive flame because that just goes straight past the Hydrant, so you don't have to worry about that.
It makes It also makes Hypercrasher a little bit more wary of the spacing that he's charging his projectiles.
Yep.
But we'll see here what the pick is.
Wait, is Fountain of Dreams actually legal? You know what? I'm not going to complain because I kind of want this stage to exist because it is a nice looking stage.
It is a nice looking stage. Maybe just a few little frame rate issues need to be patched or something. But it looks like Sharrrk's sticking with the Robin. I mean, it wasn't like too bad at all. He was definitely like kind of at a deficit for most of the match.
Yep.
But it was nothing that he couldn't like overcome with just some better play. So that's probably his mentality going into this.
Yep.
And yeah, it does look like they went to Fountain of Dreams.
Surprise!
Okay, all right.
They must have gentlemen's to it.
Sure. All right.
So getting a smaller battlefield here. Platform's definitely going to be lower to work with. So definitely going to be a little bit harder to get in on some of these characters, especially Pac-Man. If he drops that Hydrant in front of the platform and drops behind the platform, how do you even approach that?
Yeah, I like what Hypercrasher is doing though, because like once he gets in on Robin, like
He stays in.
Yeah, he's like utilizing those forward airs, those nairs. Like he's just like staying in close range.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the biggest unspoken buffs that Pac-Man got because nobody really paid attention to his aerials before.
Yeah,
but
they were always like good, but they were like really weak even by Smash 4 standards.
Yeah.
In this one, they're still kind of weak, but just like the general damage buff is like a huge boon to him.
Yeah, and they combo into each other a lot better than they used to, it feels. Yeah, there we go. Sharrrk finally finding his way back down to the ground. That's really been the challenge here because Hyper Crasher has been pretty active as far as controlling the stage is concerned.
Ooh, wow. Unfortunately for Sharrrk, he didn't have the Levin Sword ready. He did manage to get him caught in that arc fire on the platform. There's the Levin Sword. Only going to be a forward air, not going to KO quite yet.
Nope, but it's going to just be.
Wow.
That key not as strong as it used to be.
The cross-stage Thoron! Okay. All right, that definitely takes the stock. All right, yeah, Sharrk's not even going to wait for that. Gets a nice nair combo off the down throw.
Yep.
And continuing on the pressure.
Yep, there we go. Nice spacing on that arc fire, getting it to hit right on the ground, right in front of him.
Yeah, on one hand, like the items like do beat out the spells, but at the same time the spells kind of beat out the items. So it's like depending on what position you're looking at, it might be more beneficial for one player than the other.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
Sharrrk looked very surprised in the player cam there. Like he's like, "What just happened?" Oh, okay, I understand now.
Everybody keeps forgetting how long that hydrant stays active now. It feels like years.
Yeah.
Nice clipping off the power pellet there, stopping the side B.
Yeah, really smart use of the L1 there early. Because like it's not just a recovery move. There are a couple projectiles that can shot out there. Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Yep, got to go high to avoid that one. Don't want to get spiked off the stage.
Tried to catch it.
Yeah.
There's the down smash. That's surprisingly safe.
Yeah.
Ooh, just barely missing that L Thunder.
Well, tried to get the 2-frame there, but not quite able to time it.
Yeah. Maybe getting slightly hasty with those down smashes at the ledge.
Yep. That is one of the nice things about being a Robin main is that Sharrrk's been able to figure out how to use the items and how to play around the items if she does grab them. Or he grabs them.
Yeah.
Keep seeing the female Robin in that
if she Robin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I bet Hyper Crasher really wishes that angle was just a little bit higher because that would have been a sick setup. Okay, speaking of sick setups, dang.
You know your opponent's going to get bounced up. May as well just wait for him to get bounced.
That's one of those ones that, like, once Pac-Man figure out, like, that's a thing they're like, oh, I really want to hit this in tournament. I really want to hit this, and then they do.
Oh, nice extension there using the hydrant.
Yeah.
Able to get some damage, but Hyper Crasher coming in with these aerials to counterattack.
Well, there's the Arc Thunder, but it gets beat out by the Galaxia and even, like, lingered onwards.
Yep.
Push Sharrrk off stage, too. Down throw,
there we go. Gets some damage. Nice. Catches the landing with the arc fire.
Oh, yeah, a little bit hesitant there in the punish.
Yeah, Sharrrk's been doing a much better job just being patient and finding the openings. Because he saw Sharrrk wait out that spot dodge a little earlier there, recognizing some of the habits that Hyper Crasher might be having here.
Ooh, okay. Hyper Crasher here. Yeah, he's like throwing out those swords because using like non-Levin Sword aerials recharges the Levin Sword a little bit faster. So when he has space like that, he'll use that to charge it up faster because he definitely wants it here. Wow, the Thoron into the hydrant, just barely not enough. Jeez.
Yeah, so Hyper Crasher definitely in a precarious spot here. Has to be really careful.
Ooh,
the cheer. Strawberry actually getting extended there.
Oh, landed right in the forward smash. I think I'm not sure if like Sharrrk wanted to land like with Thoron, but the forward smash just beat him out on the landing.
Yep.
And yeah, Hyper Crasher clutching it out.
Yeah, Inky just a little bit too strong for him there.
Yeah. All right, so
I was like, where do you counter pick to at this point? Because you had a larger stage at the beginning, then you tried Fountain of Dreams, a smaller stage. So what's the middle ground after that?
Yeah, I guess Town and City's the option here. Definitely a larger stage for sure.
Yep.
Maybe like because it seemed like the platform setups, like Sharrrk probably wanted to take advantage of them, but Hyper Crasher had just as many like setups on those platforms. We saw like the ledge trampoline into the forward smash.
Yeah.
So these platforms, I'm not sure are going to be as conducive for Pac-Man combos.
Yep.
Oh, just straight up the Thoron. Why not? You're going to play this long-range game? I'll throw out my giant laser beam.
Well, if it's going to beat out the items, that might be the route to go.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Catching him, trying to grab there.
We're making a fire here.
Man. So much pressure at the ledge there, but Hyper Crasher forced back to it now.
Okay, there's the arc fire again.
Just throwing the kitchen sink at him now.
Yeah.
And that honestly may be the counterplay that Sharrrk needs in order to bring this back. Nice.
Oh,
Managed to avoid the melon.
I tried to jump and get the bear, but Pac-Man does have a little bit less lag on that on the grab now, so you have to be ready with the punish immediately.
Yep.
As opposed to having like a million years for it. Ooh. And Hyper Crasher had no fear because he had the bell there protecting him.
Yep. Well, there we go. Knocks him off. Tried to Z-drop that, but hitbox.
Oh! You know, the hitbox from the book
That's right.
hit the trampoline.
Yep, and that can actually destroy it now, so...
Yeah, Galaxy Brain plays there from Sharrrk. Ooh, getting stage spike. Not going to die quite yet, though. Yep. He's on the ledge here.
Good patience. Manages to get away right as Hyper Crasher tries to set up the up B trap.
Yeah, but, ooh, Hyper Crasher sets up the apple, trapping the landing with that, and getting the stock. Yeah, there's no platforms there, so Sharrrk had nowhere to land.
Yep. And Hyper Crasher trying to get the melon as it bounces off the shield again. That is one of the nice things about the melon, just how long it takes to get there. You can get over there and re-grab it.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like the bell in that regard. Ooh. Yep. I really like the way he's mixing up the items into these forward air combos, because it makes Sharrrk have to like second guess his defensive options, or rather, it like kind of neutralizes them entirely.
Yeah, because some Pac-Mans will just rely on like one or two of the items. If you can figure out how to utilize all of them, it'll make you much harder to predict.
Just barely missing the arc fire. Unfortunate for Sharrrk, and he ends up falling right under the bell.
Yeah, and Hyper Crasher having no problem capitalizing off of that one. So this is Sharrrk's last stock here. If he wants
potentially tournament stock, yeah. And Hyper Crasher's laying out a beating right now with Pac-Man.
Yep. Has a hydrant there, pushes him away just to keep that spacing.
Alright, gets the grab here. Let's see what we got. The back throw for damage.
Yep. Throws out the apple, but unfortunately not enough bounce in that apple. Gonna have to pick a better one from the orchard.
Ooh, tried to land on the hydrant with that, but ends up getting clipped by the Galaxia. And there's the back air from Sharrrk. He does have 118% on this stock.
Yep. Thank God.
That bell is potentially deadly,
so
he's going to want to avoid it at all costs. With the apple, too, at this point.
Yep.
The Arc Thunder gets the grab. Yeah, I feel like a... ooh, the double hit thanks to the water from the hydrant.
That's something you almost never see happen.
Yeah, no. Ooh, wanted to go for the Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Would have been a good spot to hit it there. Oh, tried to drift to avoid it, but...
Yep. There we go. Gets under the apple, so
yeah,
slowly but surely tacking on some percent here. And as long as Hyper Crasher's only able to find some stray hits here and there, you might be able to bring this back.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, the hydrant.
That's a bit too much of a stray hit.
Yeah, Sharrrk was definitely like trying to dig in his heels there at the end, but just wasn't quite enough. And just the persistence from Hyper Crasher, that last hydrant,